Hello friends! I'm really excited about this project. It turned out so pretty, I think. I got this arched board with easel at Hobby Lobby, and let's get started and make something really pretty, all right? So these are prints that are in my Etsy shop. They're all kinds of Bible and Jesus and prayer vignettes, pretty scenery, and then a bunch of phrases. There's also prayer cards. So that's what we're going to be using for our project today. So this board came all this whitewashed white color, and I love it, but I wanted to paint the frame. So right now I'm taping over all the inside surface because I didn't want to get my paint on the inside there. And I will go around all the board, and it's a little trickier on the arch part. You have to put teeny pieces at a time, just little tiny piece at a time, so you can get it to arch around that shape. So I'm going to paint our frame in Java colored chalk paint by Folk Art. I love this color. It's just such a rich brown, and it goes on so nice and smooth. Had some little chunky piece in there, and I'm just gonna start with painting the top, and then I dry that, and then I will go and get the inside part of the frame that sticks out a little bit from the surface, and then I will get the outside part of the frame. And I'm just giving it one good coat everywhere. This is such really good paint. It just needed one coat was plenty. But as you can see, I'm just getting the top portion to begin with. So I've got the whole thing painted and dried. Now I'm going to peel off all that tape. And I did pretty good. It bled under the tape a couple little spots, but I just kind of scraped that off. I think I did that off camera. So I'm setting that aside. Now I'm going to work on the little pocket. And these boards are about 6.5 inches by, what are they? By 4 inches. Yeah, so they're about 6 inches by 4 inches, I believe. Oh no, they're a little bit smaller than that. I'm thinking of the picture that we put above. So this is about about 6.25 inches wide and about 3.5 inches tall, I believe. And I just resized my little image, and then I had to cut it down a little bit to fit on my frame. The frame. This is going to be the pocket. And so I put a generous layer of Mod Podge on this. I'm drying it till it's mostly dry. A little tacky still, but that's okay. I lifted my iron over here, and the bottom came with it for some reason. So I had to make sure my paper was staying put where it needed to be. So just love this little mini heat press, and it just takes about 10 or 20 seconds. Make sure you get all the corners and edges really well too. Just check and make sure it's down, and it was on there good. But I used some Tim Holtz Distress ink on the paper before I Mod Podged it on this surface. And now I'm really going over the edges and especially the corners. And I love this walnut stain color in the Tim Holtz. It's a darker, richer color than I'm normally use with my vintage photo, and I'm loving this. So it looks really nice. So I'm getting 5 of the dark colored Tumbly Tower blocks that you get at Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to glue them on the bottom and on the sides on the bottom of the plaque. And this makes it stick out a ways, probably a little more than 1/4 inch, whatever the depth of those wood pieces are. Probably about 1/4 inch, I'm guessing. That makes our little pocket to hold the prayer cards. And there's 2 different prayer cards in the listing. There's some with lines and says prayers for. And then the other ones just has a blank center. It looks really pretty. Now I'll set that aside, and I'm going to work on my picture. So the pictures are 6 inches by 4 inches. So I wanted to make sure this was dry. So then I cut a piece 1/4 inch wider and longer of cardstock, and then another 1/4 inch wider and longer of the chipboard. I just wanted layers, I wanted depth. And so I'm just using liquid Tombow glue, and I'm gluing that in the center. I just used some brown cardstock, so that now you can see it leaves about an 1/8 inch border all the way around. And then same with the chipboard, it'll leave roughly around an 1/8 inch border of that around. I just thought it made it look really nice to add layers. And I'm going to just lightly define those edges and distress them just lightly with the Distress ink. And some people don't like the distressed edges, the worn look, but I do. But if you don't, obviously, just skip this part. It'll still look gorgeous. Everybody has, it'd be a boring world if we all liked everything exactly the same, right? So I'm just going to rough up the frame slightly, not going to go crazy and overdo it, just making it look aged and worn a little bit and distressing it in random spots. Just using my little mini sander that works perfectly for all these little projects. But I got this in their wood shop, wood aisle at Hobby Lobby, and got it at when they had 40% off. So check it, because it's every 2 or 3 weeks their wood is on sale. So that's when you need to get your wood products. But I loved it. I thought this is so, so pretty. So I'm trying to make sure I got it all dusted off really nice before I glue everything on. So I'm going to use my Rub and Buff, and it was a little dried and out on the end. I thought the lid was on tight, but it must have been left loosely on there or something. So I'm just using an X-Acto knife and picking that dry stuff out, and we were good to go. So I'm just going to squeeze a little dab on my little puppy pad. And it was still a little tiny bit dry, that little amount there too. I just get a little bit on my fingertip and just randomly go where I sanded it, just in spots. And I love Rub and Buff. It just gives it more of that vintage vibe, and it's a little shimmery slightly, so it, you know, catches the light. It just is a nice effect on a lot of my projects. It smells pretty strong. I actually like that smell, but it is strong. So make sure you kind of got a good ventilated place when you're working with this. And it definitely stained my fingertip. Off camera I went and washed up and got most of it off, but then you can just kind of buff it and spread it out evenly, but it dries quick. So now I'm putting my little wood pocket on, making sure I want everything, or how to get everything lined up and just where I want to set them. I'm just going to put hot glue all over the back of those tumbling tower blocks. I'm eyeballing it, but I'm just centering it as best I can. Had to stand it up and look at it straight to make sure it's on there straight. And this decorative photo there ends up being about the same width as the pocket. So I'm just going to hot glue that on about a 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch above that pocket. Just stand it up, make sure I've got it straight. You only have a couple seconds with that hot glue to get things sitting just right. I think it's starting to take shape and look so pretty already. I get these boxwood greenery picks at Walmart. These are my favorite to work with. If you watch many of my videos, this is the greenery I work with most. I love them. So I've got some of the longer sprigs, and I'm trimming them down a little bit and then bending them, just arching them just ever so slightly. And I'm going to glue those right in the center. And I'm just putting quite a bit of hot glue, and the more you put on, the little bit longer it takes for it to dry and set up. So you kind of have to be a little patient. Doing the same thing with this one. And then I let that set up for the most part before I continue on. So those are on there pretty good, and I'm going to reinforce it just a little bit more. Put some more hot glue in a couple of spots. Set that aside a little bit. I'm going to start working on my bow. So I've got this thin twine I really like. I get on Amazon. And so I'm putting a little strand down the center. I've got this little kind of a mesh fabric. There was just enough left to make it as my backing piece. So I fold it in thirds and meet up in the halves in the back. And I put that down in my mini Bodabra. And my bow ends up getting kind of thick. I probably should have grabbed the full-size Bodabra. But most of the time I just reach for my mini. And most of the time it's just fine. But we make it work. So I've got this really pretty lace ribbon. And so we're going back and forth and putting a loop and a tail on each side. And I do this twice. Trying to really make sure that the tails kind of are hanging downward. Then I'm grabbing that same thin twine and wrapping around my fingers. I'm spreading my fingers out a little bit to make the loops bigger. And then just sticking that down in the middle and then pulling those twine pieces up through that slot and tying them in a knot. And then turn it over and tie it in a double knot. And then I just cut off those pieces there, those excess pieces. Then you just start fluffing and arranging and bending the loops where you want them and the tails and getting everything positioned just right. Trying to make sure where I want to hang it. And I'll trim it up after I work with it a little bit. And I'm just going to glue those right on the top of those, where those ends of the greenery picks meet up, right in the center of the board. I just kind of push it on there and hold it till it sets up and dries. Just kind of fluff my loops and arrange those tails. Started trimming a few things up. Now I could see that it needed more greenery in a few spots. I've got these little kind of a light tan, kind of a cream colored little tiny blossoms. I get these at Hobby Lobby and they've got them in all kinds of colors. And I just think they're a nice filler and I really match well with this project, I think. Just this project is for the most part just all neutral colors and I just love that. Just add on some blossoms on both sides, gluing them deep into underneath the bow. Once you get that glue to set a little bit, then you can play with them and arrange the berries, or not berries, the blossoms where you want them to sit. I knew I needed some coming down from the middle. So I'm just gluing those in there. Little filler coming down from underneath. So I was going to use this Excelsior, and this is all I've got left, and it's down to the little bitty curly pieces. I didn't have really a lot of longer pieces that I thought I needed for this project, so I grabbed my Sisal instead. Same effect, really. Very similar product. Get this on Amazon as well. It's just kind of like a seed in the Spanish moss family, I believe. So I just gather it together in one end and glue it under there, just like the greenery. And I'll spread it out, and when it's dry, I'll trim it up. But I'm making this really full and vibrant on the top, as you can see. I'm even going to add another tiny sprig of greenery on each side. So here I'm trimming them, and I try not to get them all the same length. I like different lengths, but there was a lot of flyaway pieces and kind of crazy pieces that needed trimmed off. Here's where I'm sticking in a little bit more greenery, just kind of underneath that sisal that I just put in. And we're almost done, and it's looking so, so pretty. I hope you think so too. Trim up those little twine tails. Now I'm going to grab 2 of my rusty hearts. These are the puffy ones, the double-sided, and I'm grabbing that same thin twine, and I'm going to tie a little knot on one. Then I'll cut off the excess, and I will put a tiny little dab of glue on it just so it won't unravel and then that knot won't undo. And then I'm trying to gather my string and realize see how long I want the next one to be. I want these to hang uneven, but I wanted them to hang an inch or 2 above the main picture there. So I knew now where I needed to tie that knot, and then I will do the same, cut off the excess string of that one and put a little dab of hot glue so it won't come undone. So I'm bending it in not quite the center, just a little off center so they won't hang the same length, and seeing where I need to glue them. So I'm going to glue right in the center of that twine bow. And I'll hold them there until they're dry and set. Get these this huge lot of vintage buttons on Amazon, and I just got a new batch in, and there's some fun ones in there, all kinds of shapes and sizes and colors. And so I'm just picking out a kind of a good sized button, and I'm darkening up this white thread I've got. I always keep a needle and thread handy at my craft area. I'm just gonna go up and down those 2 holes 3 or 4 times so that when I glue it onto my project, it's threaded, it just looks finished, it looks like it was sewn onto my project. So I'm just gonna hot glue that right in the center of that bow, covering those end twine pieces that are holding the hearts. Needed to look at it straight on and make sure I'm getting everything centered and straight. Just trimming a little bit more of the twine and the sisal. And it's finished, and I'm really super happy with this. Here's the little prayer cards. There's some with lines and some without. And I'm showing you can put up ways or side or the right way. And here it is. I think it turned out so pretty. I'm really happy with this project. Hope this inspires you to make something similar. I really appreciate you watching, and you have a whimsical day.